looking at the crypto market, we just got 100 billion more into the crypto market cap. Where did all of those go? That's a big question you should ask, because if you actually look at the price action and see Bitcoin is not moving much, we're consolidating, and large cap assets are not moving, some of them are showing you macro opportunity, but not all of them are actual opportunities. See, this one actually popped 88% for the day. If you look at it, 200% for the week. But what's the reality of it? You don't have enough volume there. So what are you trading with? $10? I mean, that's where you need to look for the real opportunities in the market. Right now, we're entering into a season where it's going to be raining opportunities. It's really going to be heavy opportunities coming into the market if you are watching at the right area. Bitcoin dominance is trying to break below, and if it does get momentum in the next couple of weeks to the downside, you're going to watch a lot of altcoins popping left and right, which means not the opportunities like this, but the real opportunities which are actually giving you that advantage. 69% for the week, 100% for the month. It has already done decent rally for the day. So we had these calls a month back saying, okay guys, watch this. So it's already 100% up. You can actually see how the price actually went and how we followed it up as the price was going higher. Even from this point, which is 24 hours back, the price is already up 50%. Now we are following things up, and it's not one opportunity in the market. We're watching a lot of them. Before they pop, I give you guys my thought process. And where are those right now? When you actually go look at all this, you see they are already moving. You see they are already 40% up from where we have posted those. Now, there are different price structure. You need to look for some of this, which actually shows you recent history is coming back into the price action. And if that's true, then you have macro opportunity. You're focusing on that. You're following it up. And what happens? You go and you take the trade. So when I take a trade, I inform you guys. When I close a trade, I inform you guys. So opportunities are there in the market, and this market is about to bring in a new season where there is going to be a lot of opportunity. The question, however, is, are you willing to take that time and effort to dig deep in and get those opportunities? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, when you take a look at XRP on a daily chart, we're like, okay, we had a day of bullishness, which came along with the party, but we also saw, like, as soon as Brad Garlinghouse highlighted the fact there is no announcement, this is actually a celebration, the market just cooled off, we came back down. Now, if you actually think about it, okay, it was a celebration, we didn't actually get to write something, for sure. But then you zoom out to see, like, okay, where is the momentum? The momentum is still here, and we have always watched how things evolve. Now, why is that so important? We are still at the support. The MACD is positive. You actually go look at this and add on the indicators, and you actually see, like, okay, you're still in the positive territory. You haven't actually entered into the negative side. And at the same time, you're watching that this is peaking out, which is huge. Meaning, if I'm looking at it, I'm saying, like, okay, the possibility of that dropping back from there, mostly you get the structure and then it goes back up. And when that's happening, if the MACD is in the positive territory, that adds more momentum for the bulls. So I'm looking at this and saying, like, okay, we are at support. We are already trying to close the weekly Hiknashi candle on green. So if we go back in time and look at when we have done that before, we usually followed it up with a couple of weeks of bullish momentum. That is the truth with XRP. So whenever this happens, you get an advantage. Maybe you are a short-term trader and that's a huge opportunity for you. Maybe you are a long-term guy looking at this thing. Pump, brother, pump, just run up. I want to have some relaxation watching my portfolio. If that's you and me, then most likely this is where we are. We're trying to move back up. So historically speaking, whenever you get these moves, that's bringing in some momentum. We want to see whether this is the area where we get big moves. If you do see that next few weeks are bringing huge moves into this market, don't miss out. That's going to be something I want to say. Now, is it starting today? Is it starting tomorrow? That's a big question which everyone always asks. Right now, it doesn't actually show you that it is happening in next 4 hours or next 10 hours. You need to see the price action reversing. You need to see the Hiknashi going back into green. Right now, I would say more or less, we are doing the ABC. We may actually come back down to these ranges where again on a macro, it would look like you're still coming back to the support. This is your range of support which we are watching from some time. So you just come back down and maybe bounce back up to the upside because your RSI is still showing you're in this trend. You are doing this formation, which kind of shows you like, okay, you don't have that much. Now, if you actually look at what's happening on the macro side, you're like, okay, this guy just came out giving you. So that's a nail for the stock market. But then you're looking at the entire stuff like, okay, there is something wrong. You're looking at how things are evolving. Now, this is just something I want to highlight along with how the governments act. Because when they do not like you, they do these kind of things. So there's another perspective where a guy like this coming out and saying like, okay, I see a lot of fear in the market. So when others are fearful, you should be greedy. This is what I have read. This is what I have always understood in the market. So if that is true, I'm looking at different markets, asking the question to myself, like where are people fearful and where the hell are those who are right now greedy? That's a big question which you should ask yourself. If I look at this chart on the stock market, I would say like, oh, there's a lot of people who are still greedy here. That means you should be fearful. That's true in my humble opinion because I think the divergence has been developing from some time and this is the way. If that's true, that means you are going to see a lot of capital being rebalanced from the stock market. Stock market is big, much bigger than the crypto ecosystem. So if a portion of that's coming to crypto market, boom, it goes up. You don't want to actually miss all those. Now, coming back to all this, when you finally make these profits, there will be a group of people around you who say, oh, that guy just turned lucky. Yeah, he's lucky. No, they don't actually see the hard part. And that's where, now I don't agree with all the posts which this guy actually drops, but things like this, yeah, I do. So the shout out to that guy. Now, if you actually look at the Kobe letter, it kind of shows you like, okay, they have been playing this drama for some time. So now it's like, okay, this is solved, another 45 days, let's boom. Maybe the market's going to react positively. Say next 45 days, it's going to be good. We know it's not, but at least the market would behave in that manner because you're going to look back at this and say like, okay, dollar is negative on the daily, on a Hiknashi. That's your momentum. You go on and you're watching weekly. You are right now in red territory. The MACD is about to enter into the negative territory. That doesn't look really good. If you do, that's bad. Now we go look at it on a monthly and like, even the monthly is saying I'm slowing down. Monthly, you still have some room on the positive note, which can actually give you some support somewhere around 1,720, 1,660. So you do have multiple supports. But one thing we have to keep in mind is this territory can be considered as a reaccumulation zone. If it's me, I would look at it like that. This is the accumulation. This is a reaccumulation. So if price drops to this range, whales, institutions, central banks, they're going to buy this like crazy. So again, it's not a bad territory for this asset, but next few months, you are going to watch these assets run up. These assets giving you the right opportunity. So these are some things which you have to keep in mind as you try entering the market to take on trades. Because you do understand, yeah, we do have assets which are actually showing you this, and then you slowly zoom in to see like, okay, where the hell are the real opportunities coming in? You want to actually see support. You want to actually see the price turning bullish at a support. The MACD is showing you on a daily, I'm slowly becoming bullish. Slowly. But the momentum has not shifted back into green yet. So you're like, okay, I'm zooming in. I want to see where the hell are the bulls? Are they coming back in? So on a microstructure, yes, you're watching some level of bullishness coming back in, but not on a macro. So you do need confirmation, because if not, the price is going to come back down to this range, kick a lot of people out, and then move back higher. So if you actually go on a higher time frame, XLM actually shows you the perspective like, okay, I may actually try to make a bottom, but if I can't, I may first drop a little bit lower, attracting more people to buy this asset. That's the narrative there. Because on the other side, XRP is trying to bounce back up, and this bounce can be bigger. We are watching something which the history has always shown us. First run up, 40%. Great. The next run up, if we take the bottom to the top correctly, somewhat like 70%. The next run up is this one. We ran up 100%. So we are actually increasing in the momentum to the upside. And this is how things usually start. If you go back in history, trying to learn through all this stuff, you will actually notice the fact that, yeah, we have done these things in the past where we have watched the momentum increases like this. And at one point, you start going nuts. So you kind of start doing big numbers intermediately and then bringing in higher volatility structure. So from top to bottom, that would be a big run up if you are ready to ride through those. And we have seen this over and over again historically. So what does that make you think for the next run up? Maybe if this trend actually continues and you burst up, you're going to go touch the $2 mark. And that's something what the fib actually shows you as a retracement level to the upside. So you're actually pulling that back, and most likely it's going to pop. And when it pops, you're going to see some of these assets coming in here. So if you are a guy who's highly bullish on this asset class, you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. You're watching volume shifting. Watch those, not on the stable coins, but mostly now. Yes, you'll have to see whether the money is going into the stable coins or out of the stable coins. And when it is moving out of the stable coins, now you're following on different assets to see which stable coins are moving into which assets. And if there's a lot of USDT going into a few assets, look at them. What's the price structure? Have they already pumped? Are they at a support? If they are, it's going to actually start rallying and it's going to deliver you huge opportunity. You don't really want to miss on this. Maybe a few weeks, few months, it's done. You want to actually seize the opportunity when the opportunity is there. And if you are literally looking for things like this to educate yourself, to understand things and to actually take profits, then you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, please do smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.